HVAC contractors operate on a razor-thin margin of time. When a summer heat wave or a winter freeze hits, call volumes routinely spike by 300 to 500% virtually overnight. A front office staff can only process so many incoming lines. During these extreme weather events, standard human staffing capacity hits a hard mathematical limit. This chart shows exactly what happens during peaks. The gap between your human dispatcher's maximum capacity and the sudden spike in call volume represents direct lost revenue. Every missed call in that red zone is a lost diagnostic fee and a lost system replacement. Failing to answer the phone during peak season is a direct transfer of your most profitable emergency revenue straight to your local competitors. A homeowner sitting in a freezing house with a broken furnace does not want to interact with a static web chat widget. They require immediate voice contact to know help is coming. This creates a constant operational trade-off. How do you handle seasonal overflow without taking on permanent year-round payroll that destroys your profit margins? Historically, owners chose between three flawed options: hiring an overnight human, outsourcing to an answering service, or rolling the dice on cloud-based AI. The objective is capturing that critical emergency revenue during seasonal spikes without permanently inflating overhead costs or frustrating anxious callers. To evaluate these dispatch solutions, we test them across 4 specific criteria: monthly cost, peak concurrency, which is how many calls can be answered at once, emergency triage accuracy, and reliability during severe storms. Looking at this matrix, we start with the human dispatcher. A human delivers unparalleled empathy for distressed callers, but requires a high payroll cost of roughly $2,400 to $3,200 a month. The major vulnerability of human staff is concurrency. Because they mathematically process exactly one phone call at a time, they quickly become a severe bottleneck during an emergency rush. The second row introduces generic call centers and cloud-based AI. These offer 24/7 availability at a lower monthly cost, typically $300 to $800. However, call centers rely on rigid scripts that fail to understand your local geography. Cloud AI carries its own risk. When severe weather causes statewide network congestion, those cloud services suffer heavy latency and API throttling, destroying their triage accuracy. The final row maps out local AI hardware. It operates on a low fixed subscription cost and easily answers infinitely concurrent calls on the second ring. The trade-off for local AI is that it requires upfront effort to properly map out your specific emergency parameters, and it lacks the genuine warmth of a human voice. Evaluating these tools requires looking past simple payroll savings. You must focus on which system guarantees absolute reliability during the worst-case weather scenarios. An on-premise gateway is a physical piece of hardware. It's a dedicated AI mini PC that sits inside your office, functioning alongside existing equipment. Because this hardware processes calls locally, it bypasses the internet delays and API limits that paralyze cloud software during major regional storms. It also provides a clear financial shield. The fixed subscription cost protects your business from the per-minute and per-token surge pricing that generic platforms charge during high-volume heat waves. The hardware plugs directly into your system, integrating with your VoIP phone lines and CRM software to automate your daily workflows securely. Moving to local hardware shifts emergency triage off of vulnerable web services and onto a hardened on-site utility that you control. Trait-specific AI hardware does not replace your office manager. It runs a parallel playbook to support them. The first is the overnight playbook. When a call comes in, the AI conducts urgent triage based on your custom rules. If it identifies an emergency, like extreme cold in a home with toddlers, it logs the CRM ticket and automatically pages your on-call technician. If the call is a routine inquiry, the AI books a standard Monday morning appointment, handling the logistics without waking up your team. The second is the daytime playbook. The hardware acts as overflow protection, catching busy lines on the second ring. It also intercepts "Where is my tech" status calls, automatically sending an SMS update to the customer using real-time location data from your CRM. Pushing high-volume, predictable administrative tasks to an automated system protects your human team's bandwidth, allowing them to manage complex dispatch logistics and field operations. The decision to deploy hardware automation depends entirely on the scale of your fleet and the specific call volume challenges you face. This decision tree maps out the options: The first node asks if your primary value proposition is complex, white-glove customer relations. If you run a relationship-first, low-volume operation, you should keep human dispatchers on the phone 24/7. If you are losing overnight emergency calls or overwhelming your daytime staff during the summer, you move to the next node and evaluate your scale. A 3 to 5 truck operation cannot comfortably afford a dedicated $3,000 a month night shift. By deploying the local AI agent, they capture highly profitable overnight emergencies without straining their cash flow. An established fleet manager with 10 or more trucks faces a different constraint. They deploy the AI as overflow protection to stop their existing staff from burning out when daytime summer call volumes spike 500%. A $100 monthly subscription is a minor detail compared to the thousands in revenue captured by answering every call on the second ring. Securing peak seasonal opportunities through an on-premise safety net provides the most reliable path to maximizing a contractor's return on investment.